Okay, so, do you believe in miracles? That is the question I want you to answer once I have finished. I have two stories to share along with an interview. The first shall be about a U.S. soldier that is the only survivor of an ambush. The second shall be an interview with Poor Yang about how it felt and what happened when his child was born. The last segment shall be of a woman who reached high above by hard work. So, now that you know what we're doing, let's begin. Okay, so in June 2005, Marcus Luttrell, a U.S. Navy SEAL, took part of Operation Red Wing in Afghanistan. They were sent to capture or kill the Taliban leader Ahmad Shah. 3 goat herders had found their hiding place, and the men voted to let them go. After that, they were ambushed. We were on a ridge watching the target when they came up behind us and started firing. I don't know why I survived. I put my foot one way and stepped, and someone else would do the same thing and get hit. That's one of the things about being a lone survivor. You don't know why. My skill level wasn't superior to anyone else's. I was in any better shape than anyone else. We were all hit multiple times. I just outlasted it. So many guys were hit so many different times. They just bled out. I watched all my guys die, but somehow I managed to crawl to safety. I escaped to the mountains. I must have been on my own for a day and a half. It's a blur, really. I was dehydrated and bleeding to death. Eventually, I was found by some local villagers. They took me in. At that time, I didn't know why, but I discovered it's a tradition in that village. They take in travelers, people who are injured, and give them food, shelter, and do everything they can to keep them alive. That includes defending them against enemies. I had gunshot wounds, broken bones, lacerations from the trees and rocks, but they took care of me until I eventually was rescued on 4th of July. I never questioned why I survived, but I'm doing everything I can to repay the people who helped me in my recovery. I started the Lone Survivor Foundation, and I work with a campaign called They Come Back, We Give Back, which helps veterans returning from conflict situations. I remember the guys I lost every day. I play the scenario in my head every time, but I'm alive, and I don't take that for granted. This is the second segment of the interview with Poor Yang. So our first question is, what were you doing when you realized that she was giving birth, and what did you feel?
I was just waiting, and I was hoping that it was a baby boy. Because I had 2 girls already, so I was just waiting and hoping that it was a baby boy.
What did you feel when you actually held the child in your hands?
I was happy, and it was like the cutest thing I've seen.
Alright, so our theme question, do you believe in miracles and why?
Yes, because sometimes when you do good things in the past, and then good thing happen to you in the future.
Okay, thanks! Thanks! Alright, so now to the third segment. This is about Mina Matsugo, who had sheer determination and hard work to achieve her success. I dropped out of school in 1989 due to personal issues. I was in grade 11. In September 2008, a friend told me about an opportunity. If we wanted to study further, we could register with the Department of Education for our matric exams. But we had to study on our own at home and also get all the books ourselves. So I registered and didn't even bother to start studying because I thought I would get confirmation that my application was successful. I didn't receive anything and thought that my application was not approved. I relaxed. The following year, however, towards the end of April, my friend was told that our exam timetable was at the school. Wow, I was so shocked when I fetched my timetable. We were scheduled to write exams for the 4th of May, and remember, I hadn't touched any books. I didn't even have one book to study from, and the worst part was that I hadn't attended school in 20 years. I had to run around to get books, go to the library, and borrow from other students. I studied through the night. I also had to write 15 exams because I registered for all 6 subjects. But I made it. I was determined to study in that short period, and I passed 4 subjects. I then rewrote the failed 2 subjects in the next year, and I passed. I had my matrix. I then realized that I had the potential and ability to make a name for myself and to make my dreams become a reality. I didn't relax. I continued with my studies by enrolling at Damelin College, doing part-time ICB programs. I struggled to pay my college fees because I am a single parent with 2 kids who are also at college. I applied for a bursary, but it was unsuccessful. I told myself, and I'm not going to stop studying. The college used to keep my results until I paid. I continued to tell myself that when I have the money, I would go straight to the college to release my results. The great thing was that they never stopped me from registering for the next course. After I completed my 4 modules, I borrowed money to pay for them so I could get my results. I was enjoying the ICB's bookkeeping programs. The following year, I registered through Damelin Correspondence College, and I'm studying on my own and achieving good results. Who would have thought that today I am a qualified technical financial accountant? This year, I'm doing my financial accounting level 6. I couldn't have gotten this far if I didn't take the risk of registering with a college and knowing that I couldn't afford to pay my fees. But this year, I was blessed because my employer paid for my fees for 2013. I was employed by African Bank back in 1985, and I'm still working for them as a branch support administrator. Due to my previous studies that forced me to make personal loans, I'm still in some financial crisis. But I will pay them off. I live by the following words of encouragement. I will cross a bridge when I get there. Life is about risk, so if I do something that makes it difficult, I remember those words and I go for it. So, there you have it. With these 3 stories/interviews, I once again ask you, do you believe in miracles?